Curiously, even Seurat could not have known the full effect of his technique while he was painting, as his studio was too small to enable him to stand sufficiently far back. This could also account for some strange inconsistencies in perspective. If the seated man in the top hat were to stand up, he would be half the size of his companions. And there's a good deal else that needs explaining.
We still haven't quite figured out what this little shape is, this kind of elongated triangle. It seems to be maybe a tree trunk, but there were no other tree trunks in the painting. It sort of matches the umbrella, but it's not an umbrella, and it could be a very pointy skirt. We just don't know. Then there are other things, these little white puffs. At first we thought, oh, they're the cigar smoke, and that's an easy thing to understand, but they just occur randomly throughout the sunlit areas. And we can only think they're debris, that there's some kind of little joke going on. The older woman with the parasol, she's casting a small shadow, but there's a larger shadow behind her that relates to the tree. But the tree has two shadows, and of course trees don't have two shadows. So why is that? Well, early on in the sketches that appears, and you see it again and again. So he's decided that's okay, I want that. Doesn't matter if it exists in nature. The shadows are forming a separate, independent rhythm across the surface of the canvas.
In the dead center of the picture is the little girl in white. She is the only figure looking directly out at us, and the only one not covered with dots.
Because she's not overlaid with the dots, she glows. She is like the centrifugal force, and she's the white, and she's anchoring that center.
White was at the center of the color wheels that had recently been devised, so her presence may relate to color theory, or she may be more symbolic.
It is sort of a luminous innocence that she projects in this audience of people who are certainly more self-conscious and self-concerned, at least with the aspects of fashion.